Brian Stevenson of the Equal Justice Initiative has said that truth and reconciliation are not simultaneous, they are sequential. You cannot have reconciliation without first confronting the truth. Get up, stand up. It's a song full of potent lines, but a couple have always stood out. Half the story has never been told. Now you see the light. Bob Marley knew that in order to be the light, you have to first see the light. And a big part of seeing the light is having a better understanding of the full story. You see, white folks like myself, we have some serious catching up to do on what the truth of our shared history requires from us. So a couple months ago, I took a trip to the South, a civil rights pilgrimage of sorts. Memphis, Oxford, Birmingham, Route 80 going west. This is the pavement trod upon from Selma to Montgomery for voting rights in 1965. This is the Freedom Highway. This is the asphalt stained by Bloody Sunday. This is the way to the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Driving it 54 years later, listening to the Staple Singers belt out, marching that freedom highway, marching each and every day. Made up my mind that I won't turn around. Made up my mind that I won't turn around. Shortly after we pull up to the base of the Edmund Pettus Bridge, a caretaker directs us to a small pagoda. There, a 90-year-old man in a three-piece suit greets me with a hug. George Sally comes here almost every day to pray and forgive the man that left a 2-inch vertical scar at the top of his forehead. George Sally regularly returns to the spot where he was beaten to forgive the man who beat him on Bloody Sunday. With a gash in his head, he continued marching to the Capitol less than 3 weeks later to hear MLK say, "Truth crushed to earth will rise again." George Sally rises each and every day to march the Freedom Highway. He made up his mind way back then that he won't turn around. On this day, he came to the Edmund Pettus Bridge to pray and forgive and move us forward. The pilgrimage reminded me that movements like the Civil Rights Movement consist primarily of average people who exhibit great strength under horrible circumstances. Ordinary people who answer the call to participate in something greater than themselves, despite very real risks. There were great leaders of the movement, but it was the collective effort of the thousands of courageous foot soldiers that created the biggest impact on the success of the movement. Ordinary folks were the lifeblood of the movement. Ordinary folks made tremendous sacrifices along the way. They made up their minds and did not turn around. May we learn from their example to never give up the fight.